Back to Sunshine Haze Co. I am AUJHA. This is going to be your monthly tarot forecast for. I'm sorry, just kidding. How many times? Just kidding. This is not your monthly tarot forecast. This is your 2022 tarot forecast. Tell you guys how many times I say that. How that is literally drilled into my head. 2022 tarot forecast. This video is for the Libras, Libra Sun, Libra Moon, Libra Rising. Before I get started, if you feel like what I'm saying is not resonating, go on and check out your Moon and or Rising sign, which will be in the 2022 tarot forecast playlist on my channel, okay? Excuse me. And we are, I'm almost done with the video, so your Moon or Rising sign may already be up in that playlist. I'm not going to drop all of the plugs because everything that I want you to watch or click on will be linked down below in the description box once I finish streaming today, okay? All right, you guys, let's get into it. It's going to be a 5-card spread for you. Overall energy for the entire year. Going to be looking at what is on the horizon for you in a few different areas, and also going to be looking at what archetype you need to be tapping into. That is your soul message for the year, okay? If you are a reader yourself and you like the decks, I will have them linked down below in the description box as well if you are interested in purchasing them, okay? Okay. All right, Libra. Before I start your spread, if you are new to my channel or you've never been here, or even if you're not new to my channel and you know this, I keep it very real on here. I do not sugarcoat messages. I do not sugarcoat my readings. I feel like doing that could put you, as my mom says, in a trick bag. So I'm just gonna come out the gate and tell y'all that y'all have a tough one for this. This is gonna be a little bit of a rocky year for you, possibly. Maybe not necessarily rocky, but this is going to be a heavy year for you. So if you are not into honest answers that can help give you real insight, this is not the video for you. I am not the reader for you, and I am okay with you leaving. All right. Okay. Now, if you want the real, stick around, stay tuned. Right now, we're gonna get into it. First card that you have coming up in your spread, Libra, is in, I'm a little too high up, is in the position of the overall energy, the theme for you for this year. And you've got the water card. And so when I first pulled this card, the first thing that I got with it, let me put that up. Oop, there's a hot coal in there still, girl. I'm going to put that a little bit further into the screen so you guys can see it. So when I first pulled this card, the word that came into my head was healing, and I literally, the way that I read, I get visualizations. It's very sensory for me. It's how my intuition comes through. So I'll get visualizations, I'll hear sounds, I'll hear music, I'll smell smells. I haven't gone so far as to taste things. I think I could do without tasting. So what I got was healing, and then I just see like a waterfall. So what I get, Libra, is that this is a year for you guys. I just feel like up until this point, especially with the past couple of years, that you've been really, I don't even want to say rolling with the punches. I feel like life has just been throwing itself at you and you've just been taking a tumble with it. Kind of just going through the motions, floating in the wind, not necessarily finding your footing in any kind of aspect. And that is because for whatever reason, now let's nix that. Not for whatever reason, Libra. The reason that you've been doing that is because there have been instances and occurrences within your life, and I guess they have been very big, very life-changing. It could be like, relationship changes, health changes, losing people, just life not playing out in the way that you wanted to, but major circumstantial things happening for you that kind of just took you out. And as opposed to, and instead of working through them, it's kind of like you accepted, it's like you accepted it, but you didn't acknowledge it. It's like you accepted it and just kept going through the motions. This year, Libra, I feel like all of this stuff is going to be coming to the surface. Who's yelling? You got one more time to yell. Yo, the longer I live on this in this complex, y'all, the more I picture myself doing things that will land me in prison. So if anybody wants to just give me $1 million, I'll accept it. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I feel like this is a year in which you're going to be in spaces and positions in which you can no longer sweep these things under the rug. And Libra, I feel like you are in this position of which you're in denial, so to speak. There's an energy of denial here. It's like people around you know what the issue is. It's like people around you notice that you need some healing. People around you notice that your energy is off. They notice, or they've seen the things that you've been going through. And for whatever reason, Libra, on your end, I'm getting this very much so like, oh, I'm fine. I'm good. You know, that's life. That's how it goes. You know, you just got to roll with the punches. You know, I'm good. I'm going to just do what I got to do, blah, 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 blah. But Libra, you're not processing. You are not processing. You are not, like I said, you are accepting, but you're not acknowledging and processing. And acknowledging me is more so in this sense is more so like, no, I actually see and I understand what that is and why that happened and why I reacted in that way and why my movements have been like this from this point. It's almost like you're kind of compartmentalizing all the things that have happened, putting them in like a little box somewhere within your brain and just moving throughout life. But Libra, certain things, certain instances in life, and here's the thing, you can do that with some things. You can. I'll be the first one to tell you. You can do that with some stuff. But the things that have put you into this space of needing this water energy this year, those are not things that you can do that with. That's stuff that you've locked up, put in a little lockbox and tucked away in the back of your brain. It's coming to the surface this year. You have water energy. Everything that is toiling underneath in the murky waters that needs to be cleared out, it is going to come up this year. And Libra, that is because you can't go through life harnessing these energies. Yes, life happens. Yes, things do happen. Yes, you do have to roll with the punches, but you have to roll with the punches after working through and understanding that you just got punched. You know what I'm saying? How you rolling with punches and you not acknowledging that you got black eyes? You know what I'm saying? So Libra, if you have these punches, you know, if you done got knocked up, knocked around, what you are coming into this year is looking in the mirror and seeing the bruises and all the beatings and actually having to stop and look at each bruise and go, okay, that bruise is from this. This is why it left a bruise. This is how I need to work through that. And I'm speaking to an analogy right now. I hope ain't nobody really out there beating on you, Libra. Please. And first of all, if anybody is, one of my best friends is a Libra. Natasha, I will go to prison. Don't you dare tell me at any point in this year that you dating somebody that decided to put his hands on you, girl. We're not playing them games. We are not playing them games. Bringing it back. Also with this water card, so I spoke to healing, right? Water is also a very flowing energy. Libra, and you guys are air, so you also have a little bit of this component, just you exhibit it in a different way. This is not a year in which any plans that you put into place are going to play out even remotely close to what you think is going to come out. Okay, I'm just going to say that for you now. Libra, if you think you gonna sit up here and you're gonna plan a trip, guess you're not planning that trip. It's not gonna happen because you got things to work through. What is gonna happen for you this year, and again, this is a very real reading, everything that you want during this year, Libra, until you start working through your healing and start cleansing and running through the waters as far as this is concerned, whatever those situations were, you're not going to be able to tap into those energies. You're not even going to be able to remotely put yourself into alignment with these things. So this is a year of healing for you. And this is a year in which you are probably going to be triggered. It's a year in which things are going to be popping up for you. But Libra, you're going to have to do the hard work. I'm sorry. I know air signs don't like that emotional component, but you do have to do the hard work this year so that you can work through that emotional baggage and heal your heart, heal your mind, and heal your spirit, okay? All right. Let's get into the next part of your spread. And this is going to be what is on the horizon for you in general, first and foremost. You guys have one of my cards. Five of Swords. So I got a couple, trying to get better with showing you guys the imagery, and there is a glare there. Let's see if I can maybe do a little angle. There you go. Five of Swords, okay? So a couple of messages that I am getting here with this card. First and foremost, because you have the water card in this aspect of healing, Libra, what I am getting, there's a lot of stuff that you got to cut out this year. And the way that it is going to present itself may be a little chaotic. It may be a little, what I get is that it might be a little hurtful. And I'm more so getting you have to cut out certain people and you have to cut out certain habits. And you may also have to cut out certain, the word community is like, I don't know why I'm saying a rec center. That's weird. Cut out. I think that is connected to community, because that is a community. Okay. Cut out certain communities, Libra. There might be people in places that you belong to. Like, I'm even so far as like a church. That's you. So, specific storyline, Libra. Some of y'all might be very involved in like a church community or something of the sort, but the energy there is just not. Intentions are not good. People are malicious, and just a lot of funny underhanded stuff going on. You may need to remove you, so you need to find another church. Okay. Back to the general reading. That was a specific message for somebody. Back to this Five of Swords card. Lots of habits, people, energies, places, communities, things that need to be cut out. And I get the cut it cold turkey, Libra. While you are an air sign, and air signs are typically associated with detachment, you're ruled by Venus. So you have a little bit of, the best way to explain it is you have a little bit of a like a water je ne sais quoi to you as well. So you do have a little bit of a thing with attachment, okay? There are situations, there are people, and what I also get is that you feel like you might have an obligation to these spaces and these energies, and that might also be a reason why you feel like you don't want to cut them out. But Libra, there's certain things that you are going to, and when I say cut them out, I could mean cut cold turkey. If these are people or places or things that you physically literally cannot disconnect from, like family members or like your job, you're going to have to change the way that you move there, and you're going to have to make sure that you put your foot down and lay down boundaries and cut out the nonsense. This is big for you this year, because you are on the path of healing. You can't have any extra rah-rah on the side trying to come in and throw you off your game, okay? Also, with this Five of Swords card, I want to speak to the progression of tarot as far as this energy is concerned. So before the Five of Swords comes the Four of Swords, okay? And the Four of Swords, the way that I read it, is literally the phrase that I associate with it is find your zen. That is a card that points to being in a position. It comes after the Three of Swords, which is a whole bunch of chaos and craziness and nonsense and heart stuff that puts you in a bad headspace. Right after that is the Four of Swords, which is you have to be quiet, you have to be still, and you're dealing with and processing all of these things. The Five of Swords comes right before you finally heal and are off into a new space, but right after you start the processing and healing. And so you're in this space this year of still healing from Three of Swords and Four of Swords and figuring things out, but you're not quite at the hope of the Six of Swords yet. So you have shifts and changes to make. And I think what is being told to you with this card, Libra, is that in order for you to get into these positive spaces, you are going, like, again, I keep saying you are going to have to do the work, Libra. You cannot sit, the message is you cannot sit and wallow in sadness. You cannot live a misery loves company, woe is me type of life. I understand these are hard times. Trust and believe it. I get it. I get it. I understand whatever you're going through may be way worse than what the next person is dealing with or could even ever imagine. But Libra, unfortunately, the world that we live in, it keeps turning, it keeps spinning. And so that is kind of the energy that you have to harness, but not in the way that you've been harnessing it. Not in the, oh, well, life goes on. No, in the way of, okay, this threw me off my game. Why did it throw me off my game? What do I need to change? What do I need to cut out so that I can go on with life as life goes on and not be stuck in these head spaces and these heavy heart spaces, okay? All right, let's get into, excuse me, your next card. And I'm sorry, Libra. The cards for you guys are rough for 2022. Like I said, I keep it very honest. I keep it very real. The next card that you have in the spread is in the position of finances and career, and you've got the Devil card popping up here. Get a little bit closer. Not that anybody really probably wants to see this one, but you do have the Devil card popping up here. Anytime I pull the Devil when it comes to money, my first message, was that outside? That might have been confirmation. Something funny with your money going on. And what I more so get is somebody playing with your money. Funny stuff. Let me get some clarification on that. Funny stuff. What's that energy around Libra's finances? I'm feeling people. I don't know what that means, and I don't know from where, but somehow other people are involved with your finances is what I'm picking up. King of Pentacles. Something about somebody else controlling your, like, having a say-so over your finances, even over your dwelling. Like, I get that the control that you're supposed to have over your life, you may not necessarily have. And that's not to say, like, somebody controls you, so to speak, but, like, maybe you work somewhere for somebody that you know, or maybe, like, you're in a situation in which somebody has to handle your affairs, or whatever the case may be. But something, if that is the case, they're moving funny with your money, my G. The Page of Pentacles. Because I just pulled 2 court cards in the same suit. If there is somebody, Libra, around you that does have a lot of earth energy, or has their own business, or like they're very entrepreneurial, or like CEO, managerial type of energy, what I'm picking up, or if they're Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and they have their hands in your finances, you need to watch them closely. Anything else? Ooh, what's that? Temperance. There's some sort of energy of, like, expectancy here. Like, what I'm picking up is they are doing whatever they're doing with their money with your money because they feel like they have a right to. That's weird. All right, cut. Yo, Knight of Pentacles, that's wild. I keep pulling court cards. So there is somebody that's going to be son, or like a brother, or like a somebody younger, not necessarily like a son. That's sad. I'm sorry, guys. Son, brother, or significant other is what I get with the Knight of Pentacles. One more. Cut. Strength. Speaking to the imagery on this card, this is a funny picture. Speaking to the imagery on this card, Libra. I'm sorry. I keep pausing because I'm like, that is just such an annoyance. The energy that I'm feeling for your spread is like, you are really going to have to hand this person their whole behind, because it's YouTube. You are going to, and you're going to have to pry this information out of them. Like, it's almost like they know you know, is what I'm picking up on. Like, they know you know, but they feel like they have a right to do whatever it is that they're doing. And Libra, you are going back to that, you have to do the work this year. You are going to have to step up to the plate and be like, hey, what's good with you messing with my coin? What's that about? That's wild. I'm sorry, Libra. As far as career is concerned, I do pick up on work being scarce. We're still in a pandemic. So I know, and the way it's looking, it is very possible that it's going to start looking like the beginning of this whole thing again here shortly. So work may be a little scarce. It may be hard to find work. I also get with the Devil card that you might just be picking up work to make money, but I'm just keeping it very real, okay? Because of the times that we're in, you don't have to rush and stress and fret trying to find a job that is going to put you at harm, or put you in danger, or whatever, or put you in a bad mental space. You have a water year, go with the flow. Stop trying to make things happen. Just let life play out for you this year, is what I get with that card. I feel like I should pull one more card for the Devil card. I wanted to stop, but I feel like I should pull one more. Is this upside down? Whew. Okay. The Nine of Swords, reversed. So this does point to a little bit of clarity. This, not a little bit. So I pulled this Nine of Swords. I actually didn't pull this. I noticed that this was upside down in my deck while I was shuffling from the back. But because I don't shuffle, the way that I shuffle, I rarely have reversal. So this is a card for you. So Libra, Nine of Swords reversed. At the end of all of this, you will gain some clarity. Things will turn around. All of this stress and strife that you're feeling, it will end. But there is a process that you have to go through to get to that point. And I think it has to do a little bit with you stepping into your own and speaking up and speaking out about the things that you need. And again, going back to that healing card, okay? Or water. I keep saying healing, but water. All right. Next card. Next card in your spread is in the position of the what's on the horizon as far as love and relationships go. And I'm going to keep it very real, Libra. I'm going to keep it very real. I'm going to keep it very real, Libra. The love front is looking kind of quiet for you this year. If you are single right now, as you watching this video, or whenever, you probably going to remain single. 2022 is not a very jumping year on the heart space, as far as I'm concerned. And that is because, again, going back to that, you have water. When it comes to love, and this isn't people, I don't know why this is so hard for people to grasp, such a hard concept for folks to grasp, but it is, you're not going to love anybody the correct way if you don't love yourself, if you are not content within your own self, if you are not happy, if you are not fulfilled. You can't put out what you don't have. Is basically what I'm getting at. So Libra, because you got so many callings to healing, what this Hermit, and I'm sorry, this is the Hermit card. I don't know if I said that. This is the Hermit card. What this Hermit card is saying is, you got work to do. You still have work to do. You still have things to heal. You have things to release. Why would you want to go and mix and mingle with somebody and give them all of your baggage? Because that's what happens when you go and you mix and mingle with somebody intimately, romantically. You are connecting them to your heart chakra. You're connecting them to your heart cord. And if you got baggage, if you got hurt and you got density that you have not worked through, what are you doing? You are putting that energy on them. And they may not know what it is, but it will manifest in the relationship that you just try to put yourself into. So Libra, even if it isn't quiet this year and you find yourself in these spaces and you're dating and you're dealing with people, I can almost guarantee you that it's not going to last very long, because certain things are going to start popping up. And when you get to the root of what the problem is, it has to do with stuff that you have not yet healed from or released. Okay? So you have to get very real with yourself this year as far as love goes. You can't love somebody else until you love yourself, and you can't love somebody else until you're in a space of happiness and positivity, if that makes sense. You know, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, and she made a comment that because of what she's going through, I was like, I'm not going to respond to that. But she made a comment along the lines of, you know, well, I'm in this headspace, and I wouldn't expect you to understand, you know, me being out and dating while I'm in this headspace. And I didn't respond to her because I was like, well, it would probably seem like it's trash to you. But in my head, my response was, no, I don't understand that, because why would you go and put that on somebody else? Work through your own stuff first. Why do you want to give somebody else your hurt, your pain, your baggage? Work through that first. Love is not supposed to encompass any of that stuff. So Libra, and I get that this year you're going to feel a little lonely. You're going to be like, dang, I want some love. I want somebody to be a partner with. I want to do X, Y, and Z. You are ruled by Venus. So Libra, you got to get your love aligned so that you can really be in those poppin' positive energies of your planet. You know what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship, I do get that you might be feeling alone. You might be feeling alone. I'm also going to go so far as to say, as anybody in a relationship, if you come to the point of where you are feeling alone, either you or your partner may break it off or may initiate some sort of breaking it off. For those of you guys that are married, there may be talks of divorce this year, and it is going to stem from a lack of connection. It's going to stem from somebody, most likely you, Libra, being in that position of I'm closed off, I'm not putting out love, I'm not doing X, Y, and Z. And understand, the only reason you're like that is because you have healing to do. There are things that you need to release. There are things that you need to heal from. You need to be in the waters and flow, you know what I'm saying? But some people are just not built for that, you know what I mean? Some people are not built to be partners with people who are going through those things. And if this is you and your partner is not built for that, that is not the partner for you anyway, because you need to be with somebody who can handle all aspects of you. So if you do come into those spaces and those places, I want to just let you guys know that it is okay if the things break down, because this is a year for you anyway. You got a lot of solo dolo cards. You got the Five of Swords, and if you look at the imagery, he's by himself walking away from other people. The Devil is a solo dolo card, even though it's not anybody's favorite card. The Water card is an element, but the imagery is one being. I don't really know, like, I don't know what that is, but it's a being. And you've got the Hermit, another solo dolo card. And to finish your spread, you have a Desert card, and there is one hand there. So this is a year about you, Libra. It's all about what you have going on, what you need in the places and spaces that you need to get into. The Desert is your soul message. This is your archetype for the year. And this is an interesting one because for the most part, this card has been coming up pointing to what people need to tap into. But Libra, this card is actually pointing to just your overall energy, and I'm going to tell you to tap out of it. This Desert card is telling me that, and if you look at the imagery, this person is like reaching up out of the ground towards the moon, and the energy that I'm picking up in this spread, and I've been picking up on this for the past few spreads for you guys. I remember this. I specifically know that I've been fussing at Libra in at least the past 3 or 4 readings. I'm still picking up on this. Why are you doing that? Why are you acting like that? What's with the pity party energy for you guys? Not to say that you're not going through things that would cause you to be in bad headspaces, be in, you know, kind of dense and heavy energies. But Libra, this is a whole calendar year. I'm doing a reading for 365 days. If it's a leap year, I'm doing a reading for 366 days. You can't be reaching out of the dirt toward the moon the whole year, Libra. You start your reading with water. So you are the Desert right now. You're in this headspace, this energy of scarcity, and you're just covered, you're consumed. And I get it, I understand life has been taking you out. You're covered, you're consumed. What the message is though, Libra, is that you have the resources to pull yourself out. You don't have to be thirsty. You do not have to be parched. You don't have to be dehydrated. You ain't got to have cotton mouth. You literally have the resources here. You just need to use them and tap into them. Once you start moving through your healing, once you start releasing and acknowledging and working through certain things during this year, you'll start to feel a little bit of moisture. You'll get a little bit of rain. And as you continue throughout the process, oh my gosh, you're out of the sand. Continue on through the process. Oh my goodness, now I'm out of the sand and I have water and I can actually reach the moon. Yay, we did it. So to wrap that up, those are your messages for the year. It might be a little rough, tough, and dirty for you, Libra. And just to be honest, it might feel a little lonely at certain points in certain places. But that is because this is a year in which you're supposed to be working on things for you and really just realigning yourself and realigning your energy and getting rid of all of the heaviness that you've been carrying around for the past couple of years. Because what's been happening is you've been going through situations, you deal with the situations, and as opposed to working through that density, you create it and carry it as baggage. And so this is a year in which you have to take off your backpack, go through the backpack, look at all the stuff that you put in there, and then empty it. And once you start emptying out your backpack, you'll be able to set yourself up to be prepared for what's coming in 2023, okay? So I don't know if the messages found you well, but I hope that they will help to provide you with some guidance throughout this year, especially when you come to those points in 2022, you guys. If you are feeling generous, do me a favor, leave a donation or a tip. I'm going to put all of my description stuff in here in a few minutes. If you know a Libra, you're cross-watching, or you have another Libra friend or know somebody with these Libra placements, do me a favor and actually send them this video, especially if they are going through a hard time, because they do need to know this is a year of healing. While it is a tough one, it is a year of healing, and there is light at the end of the tunnel, okay? It is within you. And that's all I got for you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. I already said share. I will catch y'all next time. Peace.